Because Mr. Tim told me, when him and I had a meeting, that I said, you know, this is ridiculous the way things are being handled. If you're talking about development of your community, your town, why are you arguing like this? And why is the language that's being used here tonight? No, but Tim, you said to me that there, with the chamber, you said to me there's been problems. I don't feed into that. I don't feed into none of that negative stuff. If we can't come to the table and do something for Ramseur and do it in a business manner, I have no parts of that.
Thank you.
And I am out of here because...
Can I ask one question,
No,
please, and I will do it without arguing?
that's not accomplishing anything.
Go ahead.
My question is, as part of the zoning
Good night.
planning,
Tonight, we'll be watching.
Please do.
We'll be watching.
You know, if you did today, I tried to go on your car.
I hope you do.
I don't want to hear what you say.
Please do.
You have already been.
Hey, we're gonna be watching, neighbor.
And you're
Please
going
do.
to be watching.
Good God, y'all can talk to me. I wanted to
We're
say
gonna be
something to
watching.
him. Are
We're
you
gonna
his
be watching.
bodyguard?
Sit
I'll
down.
see you
We're
later.
gonna be watching.
Call me. I'll come visit with
I'm
you.
not going. I'm not talking.
That's right.
God bless you.
my question is, Mr. Cranford, and apparently you weren't here for this meeting, but the zoning for my building is business. It is in the business overlay district. I would like to know why, during my husband's interview, when my building in the business district is zoned for dwellings, residential quarters, and apartments above, behind, or in the same structure with the business. I would like to know why, during my husband's interview for this position, was where we lay our heads brought into that interview.
You could ask Robert.
Mr. Hesselmeyer, do you have an opinion on that?
Somebody else asked a question.
I understand somebody else asked the questions, but since they couldn't answer, and this is a zoning issue, not an emotional issue, I'd really like to know why where we sleep is important and that it had to be brought up in an interview.
I hate to admit this, but as far as I know, I did not know that it was anything but a commercial building.
It's zoned business, it's in the business district, it's in the
Right.
business overlay,
Right.
okay? Right here, business uses, come down here to an X, dwellings, residential quarters, and apartments above, behind, or in the same structure. It's my understanding that people have been living in buildings downtown for years, that though nobody currently is in any of the other buildings, it still has been that there have been residences down there. And since we've owned that building for approximately 10 years, and there's not been any issue before, I really would like that question answered. So I'm going to ask you, as the person that is supposed to not necessarily be in charge, but advise this board why that was brought up, and I'd like to make a formal complaint on it. Maybe you can direct me how to do that.
To make a formal
A
complaint.
formal complaint that during an open meeting, which was considered an interview, where I sleep at night and where my husband sleeps at night was brought up.
Okay, I would advise you to go to town hall sometime during business hours and have a written complaint and turn it into the town clerk, and she will put it on the agenda.
Thank you so much.
Anybody else?
Yes, I like to ask something, please. My son is Jimmy Brown. We purchased York's Auto Repair down there. We have a zoning compliance right here from Mr. Shaw. Ever since we've been down there, the first one was signed by Mr. Shaw. Second one was zoning, was under Martin Kirkman. Ever since we've been down there, nobody seemed to know it was a car lot. And Shaw, this is your signature right here. You came down and talked to me, said everything was fine. They still own me. I thought we had everything fine. Why is something wrong?
What did Benchmark tell you?
Benchmark told me everything was fine. That it was a car lot, and I did have older model cars, And if I could, if they were some, but see these right here, I can't just crush a vehicle. I wish I could. I have 120 days worth of paperwork right here, just on cars that's down there right now that people have left. And I'm so sorry that they're still there. But I am working my butt off to try to get them out of there. So please bear with me. I've got about 20 more days and they'll be mine and they'll be out of there. But I just can't do like me and Grady used to do and crush them.
Well, let me read to you what Benchmark said,
Okay.
which I think will be to your credit. Cars were removed,
Right.
but more have been parked there again. So we appreciate the fact that you have been trying.
Oh yeah, they
Now,
come and
the
go.
only
That's what it
thing
is.
I have observed on several occasions that there are cars parked in front of the fire hydrant. Matter of fact, it was that way today.
Yeah, I had to move one. You're exactly
Yeah.
right. I had to move one because I do keep them out from in front of that. But when a customer comes up, I have to go out there and grab them.
Well, the best rule of thumb, you're not even supposed to be on the right of way.
Right.
The best rule of thumb that I can tell you is draw you a line from a telephone pole to the fire hydrant to the next,
Okay.
and nothing should be parked in that area.
Okay. Because see, I got a guy that's actually going to be covering that up. That's going to help me out considerably. That way it won't be flooded. That way the sewer won't be coming inside of it because of the water lines the sewage line that didn't get built up over the years. I'm not going to get into that, but.
Can I tell you, can I mention something too?
Huh?
Can I mention something?
Yes, sir, please.
We had been discussing it in the board, we're getting nowhere. And we've got the point where we're talking about taking out legal proceedings against you.
I know that. That's what I
Okay.
thought. And that's,
Thank you.
why are they taking out legal procedures against me? What kind of legal
I
procedures?
can't answer that.
Why? You're the chairman.
Well, this was done before I was the chair. Mr. Shaw was enforcing it.
Okay, Mr. Shaw, what were kind of, I thought we had all this together.
Roger, if you remember, whenever I came down there, Grant Cheek went.
Yeah,
down
Grant
there.
was with you. Sure was.
And I went down there and, at that time, I wasn't aware that you had a used car lot.
Right.
And I came back and I got the paperwork that you have now, and I came back down and best of my recollection, I apologize to
You
you.
did. That's what I thought it was done. It's like I thought it.
Okay.
Told-
Then, Smart comes, takes pictures, sees all these vehicles out there, and some of them are in disrepair, Roger. They're not.
Well, that was before.
Well, but there's some there now in disrepair.
Well, that's the ones that, well, if they are now, that's the ones that's right here.
But yes, you're correct. I did come down there, and before I got the order, before I got the copy of the paperwork from Freedom, it says you had a used car lot / garage. Okay? And I came back down there and, like I said, I apologize to you for not knowing that. I should have known that as mayor. That's one reason I don't do planning and zoning
Right.
board issues. That's not my cup of tea. It never has been, and it never will be. But I have,
I have a question.
when you get citizen complaints, and no one at that time, we didn't have a town administrator, to take initiative to go down and check these things out, then I felt as a citizen, as a mayor.
I'm not saying
As a
nothing
mayor,
about it
I
because
should go
I
down
thought
and
we
check
had
out
it
these.
together. I thought everything was fine.
Well, Benchmark had it in their control, and from then on,
And I haven't talked to Benchmark no more.
okay, once it's up to them, once they get a hold of it, it's out of the
Right,
town's
but I
hands.
have not heard another thing from Benchmark.
Okay. What's your question now?
That's
My
the question.
question, I've got a
Is he came
Okay.
down and was asking me about it,
Okay,
and I wanted to know why was I still on the chopping block, you know?
well, I think Mr. Hessmar can give you one example.
Okay.
Parked on the right of way.
Yeah, right.
Blocking a fire hydrant.
Right.
I guess that's what the planning on board's for, I don't know.
Who is most vocal about this before our board?
About getting the board to do it.
No, about Rogers' property.
Most vocal about it.
Yeah, on my board.
The
On your
citizens,
board?
because I received several phone calls, Roger, from citizens saying some people passing, going to the cemetery and
Right.
stuff.
But you know what the speed limit is right there,
Yeah.
Grant? Do you know what the speed limit is?
But no,
It's 15 miles an hour.
15.
15.
yeah. And they was talking about.
And you know, they come by 35 and 40.
They
Where's
were
the law?
saying that they couldn't see
You're the
around
police
the
chief.
curb.
Why can't you
They
work
couldn't
on
see
that
around the
for 'em?
curb because cars
I mean,
parked.
you're over the police. Can you slow them down? Please? I mean, they come down through there, I had one slide off in the ditch, wasn't our fault. That's because they didn't have the front brakes. And then I hear them coming around through there sliding. Yes, we are busy. Because you know what? God takes care of me and He takes care of my customers. And that's the whole thing. People are, and Danny knows, people knows, Danny, you know, I took care of people in this town 40 years. They're not used to good of someone taking care of them. And they're going to come to me. And you know what? People that come to me, they don't have a lot of money.
And
And they're going to have the old cars.
You're correct in everything you say.
And you know, and I try my dangest. I can't, I've got too big a heart to sit and tell somebody, I'm going to crush your car. But I have to. I have to do that. I have to because of what goes on. Because that's business.
Right.
Just like I've got people right now so mad at me that, you know, and yes, it's hurt some of my business because I've took these papers out. I don't want their car. I had one girl mama come up and said, well, you know, here's the title. You got what you want. I don't want your car. Please take it out, you know. And then she left and didn't even sign it. It didn't want more people bringing me the title, you know. I said, Lord, you know, please, you know, what I'm saying is if there's a problem, please let me know. Because I love Ramseur. This is my home. This is my home. I've been here ever since I was 10 years old.
Roger,
58 now.
I may be speaking out of turn, but I feel like that since this board, planning on board, has went into this phase 1, phase 2, and phase
Yeah.
3, that they probably were gonna go back and reassess this issue. I don't know that. But I'm thinking the best thing this board, this planning zone board can do is take the tier 1, starting from scratch. Okay?
Yeah.
Because we got so much out there that we don't know what's what.
Right.
Okay. Then the letter that you got from Benchmark, you shouldn't get it until you get to whatever phase you're going to now. Phase 1, they may send you a notice of, you know, or come visit you first, is my understanding, and say, Roger, you got cars parked on the right of way, or you got cars parked in front of the fire. You can address it. You can not. I don't know that that's going to happen.
Right.
That's their decision, not mine.
I mean, we'll be glad to fix
But-
anything that y'all have.
I'm gonna leave this group tonight with one thought in my mind. The town of Ramseur is the laughing stock of any
We are.
town you come
And
to.
it kills me.
And it's simply because actions just like we're having tonight.
And it kills me. I mean, you know, that's why I wanted to at least speak to everybody.
Well,
You know, and I've been asked, I've brought this up, y'all seen me at each one of the meetings, I've always got it. Please, just, you know, I was hoping someone would
I look
say.
at Asheboro, they're an all-American city now, right?
I don't think it's nice.